Assalamualaikum and greetings to all spectators, especially to Dr. Masya Nusabila Minhad. My name is Muhammad HAKIM SAIDIN. Through this video, my group would like to present on the research conducted entitled The Issue of COVID-19 Pandemic and Impact on Shipping and Port Operations in Malaysia. First of all, I would like to introduce my group members. The first is Muhammad HAKIM SAIDIN. The second is Aida Syahira binti AHMAD. And the third is NURUL binti BAHERUNZAMAN. Now, I would like to present about the research that has been conducted. The first part found in this research is abstract. Coronavirus disease or COVID-19 has a huge impact on the world. In Malaysia, the existence of COVID-19 transmission in the country left an impact on shipping and port operations. This is due to the movement control or lockdown orders enforced by the government as a measure to address this pandemic problem. Therefore, this research is to study the impact of COVID-19 on shipping and port operation in Malaysia. In this research, the method used to achieve the goals of this research is a qualitative method and use secondary sources to obtain data. The sampling technique that has been used in this research is through non-probability, which is a snowball sampling technique that starts from the introduction and literature review that includes reference in certain articles to collect the data and information. In addition, this research also discussed the measures that can improve port and shipping operations during the COVID-19 pandemic in Malaysia.
It's Aida binti AHMAD S54863, and I will continue for the keywords part. Okay, we have 5 keywords. The first word is COVID-19, and then shipping. Third is port operation, and then maritime industry, and the last one is maritime transport.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am NURUL and I will continue my presentation for introduction. First and foremost, the COVID-19 pandemic has significantly affected all the industry, especially to the maritime industry. COVID-19 left a huge impact on the maritime industry in the shipping and the port operation, as these two aspects are a major economic resource to the country. The global economy relies heavily on the shipping since it holds to the concept of just in time to ship the goods. Shipping is the most efficient, dependable, and effective mode of transportation, especially for maintaining the supply chain open and delivering the cargo and supplies. Meanwhile, port operations play an important role in handling ships entering the country. Besides, it can also establish trade relations with other countries. Perfect and smooth port handling resulted in many future trades to operate with those ports. To sum up, the researchers have concluded that both shipping and port operations are currently plagued with major challenges during this COVID-19 pandemic.
Okay, let's continue to problem statement. Okay, during the COVID pandemic-19 started in 2020, and the situation created that wearing a mask as a must for every human life, that effect of the pandemic have not only affected the medical sector, but also in the economic sector, which have been severely affected, such as port and shipping sectors. Although the port have been operating 24 hours during the lockdown, many activities has been reduced due to their port nature being part of the supply chain. The shipping and operation in Malaysia become worse due to the imposing lockdown and restricting movement. Port closure and congestion has distributed the supply chain as well as imports and export. These have a negative impact due to delays and delivery processes that had to move slowly due to the lack of manpower and the MCO directive by the Malaysia government. If the impact of COVID-19 on the port and the shipping industry is not addressed, the sector may suffer substantial losses and ultimately affect the economic income in Malaysia. For the research question, does the COVID-19 pandemic have an impact for the operation in Malaysia? And the second is, does the COVID-19 pandemic have an impact on shipping operation in Malaysia? And for the last one is, what are the effective measures to overcome the impact of COVID-19 on port and shipping operation in Malaysia? Okay, and the next, research objective. In this study, we have three objectives. Okay, first one, to study the COVID-19 pandemic on the port operation in Malaysia. And the second one is to study the impact of COVID-19 pandemic on shipping operation in Malaysia. And the last one is to analyze measures that can improve port and shipping operation during the COVID-19 pandemic in Malaysia.
Next, the research significance. The significance of study can be seen in two aspects, which are the shipping and the port operation, which is the main purpose of the study. This study has focused on the impact of COVID-19 in Malaysia, where researchers have narrowed the purpose of the study to just two aspects to attract readers, especially for those involved in the study of the maritime industry. Besides, significance of the study is to expose the reader to new vocabulary or important keywords related to the study, with the intention that our study can help other students in finding material. Also, researchers want to spread the awareness of how dangerous COVID-19 is to human health as well as the national economy, especially in maritime industry.
Next, I will continue presenting for literature review. The researchers have identified 5 keywords as literature review, including COVID-19, shipping, port operation, maritime transportation, and maritime industry. First of all, we will look through COVID-19. Previously, the COVID-19 virus was known as 2019 nCoV. The COVID-19 infection can have implications as well as adverse effects on our quality of life that was stated by Ministry of Health Malaysia 2021. The first outbreak of coronavirus disease 2019, which is caused by a novel severe acute respiratory syndrome, namely coronavirus 2 or SARS-CoV-2, occurred in Wuhan, Hubei province, China. The COVID-19 is very related lockdowns and have brought the planet to a standstill. Therefore, the COVID-19 is a dangerous disease which has changed communities around the world and has a negative impact on the social and economic conditions, including shipping operation and industry. Next is in shipping. In the maritime terms, shipping is the business of transporting freight, especially by ship. Dorofif 2020 ever mentioned that shipping companies' operations have been drastically altered as a result of the quarantine imposed following the emergence of the COVID-19 disease. The economic, commerce, and industrial impacts of the COVID-19 epidemic were examined, as well as the transmission method and aesthetic impacts of shipping and industry under epidemic conditions, by Zhang 2020. For a port operation, port refers to an area connected to the sea, ocean, or river that uses waterways as a link, and the port has infrastructural and technical facilities that allow the port to manage the various types of cargo they are skilled. Besides, it is also referring to the activities related to port include operation of vessels, cargo handling equipment, and locomotives. For a maritime industry, a researcher like Hikata 2021 mentioned that the maritime industry is examined as a system in order to establish performance standards and function that may be represented and assessed using simulation. The simulation that was implemented in the industry is to increase the complexity of logistic systems and was defined as a duplicate of a dynamic process in the form as a way to get information that could be applied to a real-world system. To conclude, the maritime industry has a variety of job opportunities fields that are open to all employees, whether shipyards, marine terminals, fishing, and aquaculture. Last but not least is through maritime transport. Maritime transportation concerns the movement of passenger and freight over water masses from oceans to rivers. According to Walker 2019, maritime transport includes passenger transformation, fishing or a marine resource application, military and defense, and maritime support such as vessel maintenance or navigation. However, during the COVID-19 outbreak, the maritime transport sector has been also affected. This can be explained through a review of the journal issued by LOSC 2020 that stated the implementation of movement control order issued by the national government to slow the spread of the pandemic has led to slowdown in economic operation, and this affects and transport network covering maritime industry, trucks, air, and rail.
Next, the methodology. We have employed qualitative methodologies and secondary sources to achieve our main goals. Data analysis and findings is aided by qualitative data. This section include the research area, data sources, and sample strategies. Besides, we have used non-probability sampling, which is a snowball sampling technique, as the data sampling method that start from introduction and literature review that include references in the certain articles to collect the data and information. The secondary sources was found from sources such as journals, articles, web information, business reports, mass media products, and government statistics relating to this study.